Well, we didn't video picking these two up down in Georgia, but our good friend of the family, Ronnie O'Kelly, who owned O'Kelly's Auto Supply or O'Kelly's Auto Parts for many years, passed away, and his wife contacted us, and since he called Thomas his wayward son because he had 2 daughters and never had a son, he had told his wife that he wanted Thomas to have his vehicles. He and Thomas worked on the white GMC that's on the bed of the truck. So we're going to do some work to these two here in the future. So I figured I would show you us bringing them back here to Tennessee after picking them up from Miss Carolyn. So this little Bronco 2 has been sitting for a while. It's got all the engine parts in it, where I think they had replaced the engine, but we just may throw another engine in it if we ever get started on this one, but currently it's not running. It's been sitting for a while before Ronnie passed away. And then the pickup truck here, this was his daily driver up until he got so weak and sick that he couldn't drive it. I think Miss Carolyn drove it around a little bit, but it's been sitting for a while as well now. So we'll bring you back when we start on working on these and getting them running, and see what customizations we're going to be doing to them next. But our kids grew up going with us to O'Kelly's Auto Supply, picking up parts for the shop. And the highlight of their day of going to the parts store with us was grabbing them a Coke or a Yoo-Hoo and a candy bar from Mr. Ronnie. So they always like going with us on a parts run. So we'll bring you back when we are ready to get started on this one. Now, we always tell y'all that we have the worst luck with batteries and transmissions. This truck's been sitting in Ronnie and Carolyn's yard for a while before Mr. Ronnie passed away. There was no leaks under it in their yard. It's been sitting on the rollback here for a couple of days since we've been back in Tennessee, and transmission on this one started pouring fluid. So just had to show you that before we even unload it. Already having transmission issues. Just start up. Okay, got the GMC unloaded. We're going to pull it in the shop now with the forklift and see if we can get this thing to run. Here comes our friend Lucy. What you doing, girl? Come up here for your snack. Every evening, same time. Look at that pretty sunset. Well, he got it parked in here before I could get around inside the shop.
I got to go on a service call. The president called.
Really?
The president of the car club, that is.
Mr. Lloyd Allen called.
Huh?
Mr. Lloyd Allen.
Yeah. So I got to run help him right quick, and we'll be back. Welcome back to Dixie Customs. Today we're working on the 94 GMC pick-em-up truck. Used to belong to a friend of mine, Ronnie O'Kelly, passed away and left it to me. But he was having fuel delivery issues with it right before he passed. And I don't know what he did or what he did not do. So we're going to have to try and troubleshoot this because there's nobody to call and ask what happened. So I've got the spark tester here on spark plug wire. So we're going to see if it gets fired. And what's happening is it'll purge itself whenever you go to turn the key on, but after that the fuel pump will not kick on. But the way the relay works is it's got two trigger wires. One comes from the oil filter, the oil sending unit. So what it does when you turn the key on, it purges. Well, then when you go to crank it, when it gets oil pressure, the oil sending unit sends a signal to the ECM, and the ECM in return makes the fuel pump kick on. Or it has a sensor on or wire on the ignition module to where when you turn the key over to make it fire and the distributor, the rotary button turns in the distributor, it sends a signal to the ECU and that makes the fuel pump come on. So either we got a bad oil sending unit or we got a bad ignition module. But I'm going to get her to watch the fire here and see if it's periodically firing or if it's firing constantly or what we got. So this is going to be our first check. But it had a fuel pump relay laying inside the truck. But both of them's used, so I don't know what's going on. So if you'll watch that little module deal right there and tell me if it flickers or not. You'll see the fuel pump purges right there. No fire?
No.
Alright.
No fire.
So since we don't have no fire, that can be one of two things. Because normally when the ignition module goes bad, it shorts out and it quits working altogether. But a coil will work momentarily before it goes totally out. But I don't have a coil, but I do have an ignition module. So we're going to go about this backwards. We're going to try the ignition module first. And then we're going to try the coil after we go buy one. Ain't that the best way to do things? It's the wrong way.
And of course we get started late in the evening, so everything's closed. We can't get one tonight.
Yeah. Some people don't work during normal business hours. I don't know what goes on with that. But anyhow. But the story behind this truck is I bought it wrecked, totaled out. It was hit in front. I put another hood on it, another grill, core support, front bumper, and I had to put another frame up under it. And I think I replaced that fender over there because I see the aftermarket sticker on it now. But anyhow, we used to tow for a salvage yard down in Georgia. And he sent me after this truck.
And now this was probably, how long, 20 years ago? Longer?
Probably longer than 20 years ago, but somewhere in there, yeah. But he sent me after this truck. And after I seen it was a short bed, we used to run a GMC Sonoma, small, like an S10 for a service truck. And after I seen this with the 4.3 V6, I said, well, that'll be a good service truck. So I bought it and had to put another frame up under it. And like I said, I painted the hood, the fender, and the front end on it. And then Ronnie's truck tore up and he decided that he wanted it. So I turned around and sold it to him and I never even got a chance to use it. But he didn't like the Flowmaster and the loud exhaust, so we put a glass pack in front of the Flowmaster, which made it have a wrap then. But anyhow, the exhaust was rotted off of it. Because this has been probably 20-something years ago. Because the truck wasn't very old when it got wrecked, so it's been a while. But anyhow, like I said, I don't have a coil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the right thing and I'm going to replace the ignition module first. And that is a Phillip head. And hopefully this will get us going. And then we're going to wash and clean it up. And I came across a set of drop spindles and some shackle hangers. So we're going to lower this thing down just a little bit, give it an altitude adjustment. instead of an altitude adjustment. Ha ha ha. See what I did there? It was funny.
I see what you did there. Haha.
I seen that one guy, he about fell off the couch.
Did
So
he?
he thought it was funny too.
I'm just too tired to laugh.
Yeah, I'm too laughed tired. I was cracked a joke one time, fell asleep, and woke up and laughed about it next morning.
I believe it.
And then it was one night I cracked a fart and about didn't wake up next morning.
I believe that too.
You have to be careful what you do late in the evening. That's why I'm scared to go to sleep now. But on a serious note, it really happened. I mean, we just had the truck leave. Then we got done wiring. He's going to finish it up. Maybe we can go on some cruises together. He don't live too far off, so. Well, I think this bolt here goes all the way to the oil pan and holds connecting rod on. There it is, finally. And I see a whole bunch of corrosion. So, this could be our problem.
Did you break it?
No, broke my finger in the process though. But finger heal up, I'm gonna tear my clothes. Oh, there's corrosion in there big time. Yep. So it might be one or the other of them.
I know, it was sitting for a while before
Yeah.
Ronnie passed away because he had Parkinson's disease and he wasn't able to drive there for a while. They drove, or
Miss Carolyn drove everywhere.
she drove her car.
Yeah, he wanted to come up here.
They tried 2 times to come up here while they were staying over in Pigeon Forge, and both times the weather was terrible, thunderstorms, and on the day they were heading back home, Miss Carolyn decided she was driving, so she decided to just go ahead and head on back toward Georgia because she didn't want to drive in that bad weather. So he didn't get to make it up here, but he really wanted to. He was proud of Thomas for following his dreams and not giving up.
Wow, man, you know.
He's the one that called Thomas his wayward son. That's why he named the 32 that.
Yeah, that's how that come about.
He didn't have a son. He had 2 daughters, so he claimed Thomas as his wayward son.
Yeah, Ronnie runs the parts store in town. That was during working hours. That was my hangout because I was right there. If I got a record call, it was right there in town, so it was easy for me to go to his shop or his store and hang out. So I would go up there and fix people's cars for them off of the bar stool in front of the parts counter.
And our kids love going by there after school and getting them a Yoo-Hoo or a Coke and a candy bar.
We got a 60 model Ford truck he stood down in Georgia that was his original truck. Short bed. Matter of fact, the motor to it's in the bed of this truck here, a 302. He was going to put in it. But I'm going to do one better. I'm going to put LS in it. And I was just told today about an LS motor, transmission and all, and a running driving truck. So that might be the prime candidate right there. Oh crap. The little flip rope. Brittle plastic. Yeah, I'm gonna fix this truck back up, paint it back white. I might add a little pearl to it just to give it some attitude. But I think we're gonna put the lowering blocks, the lowering kit on it, and just make a driver out of it. Because it was a good truck. I don't know how many miles on it now, but I think when I got it, it didn't have but like probably about 70,000 miles, if that. It wouldn't hurt. But Ronnie drove it for every day back and forth circle, and it was about, I think, 70 miles round trip or something like that from his house. He did that for, I don't know, what, 20 years? Or better?
Mm-hmm. Probably longer than that.
I'm gonna start getting uniform shirt, put my name on it so I remember who I am. Been called several things. I don't know what name I'm gonna put on it. That wasn't funny. That dude fell off the couch again. That ain't funny, I'm telling you. Same guy. But if you ain't careful when you tighten the modules up, you'll strip the aluminum base plate out on the distributor. And then you're in trouble. But I got this here distributor cap that's brand spanking new, and it's got a little shiny brass ends on it, so I think we're going to use it. There it goes. Got two little grooves on each side of the module the distributor cap has to sit down in. And it wasn't wanting to get with the program. But we got it situated now. But these little 4.3s, that go on forever. We got one in our little S10 Blazer. I don't know how many miles on that thing. Got 300 and something on it.
I think so.
What is it doing? Oh, I know what that's fixing to do. I about kicked the bucket.
Man down.
And I was on the crate, not a bucket. A good thing I got a fat belly, I fell on the floor.
It came in handy or something, huh?
Yeah. My investment helped me out.
Now see, that made me laugh.
What else would make you laugh?
I don't know, I just didn't, I was too tired to laugh earlier, but that made me laugh.
Call the fat guy out. We'll laugh on that one. Ha 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 ha.
No, that's not what I said at all. I just,
Yes, it was exactly what you said.
no.
You said, he fat, he man.
I just pictured you hanging off the side of the truck
Yeah.
by your stomach.
Yeah, you picture me.
Wouldn't
on the
that be
phone,
funny?
and yeah, there's a bunch of other people who get to see it too, I'm pretty sure. Look at the fat man here hanging on the
That's
side of the
not
truck.
what I said.
That's what you insinuated. Alright, well we got that back on, so she's gonna watch this here thing and see if it flashes.
No flash.
So it is a coil. As I suspected.
The one we don't have in stock.
One thing we don't have in stock. I might have one in stock. Y'all hold tight. Let me go check inventory.
So what you taking apart now?
Okay, well, we changed the module and distributor, and as I initially thought, the coil is our problem. And a ignition module, 9 times out of 10, they'll just short out and quit working. They don't give you no, they don't come and go. And this here, the fuel pump will come on, but then it won't pulsate. But the ignition module is what tells this what to do. Just like a set of points does when they open and shut. That tells this to activate. So I'm thinking that it's the ignition module. I'm thinking that it's the coil that's just shorted out internally.
Is that what you're taking off now?
Yep.
So we gotta make a parts run in the morning then.
Yep. I don't have one in stock. I do, but I think it's down in Georgia in one of the trailers. Because this is the same coil that fits pretty much all of them in the early 90s. And then in the 98, 99 is when they went to the coil that's got just a one wire. Yep, she shorted out. Anytime you see gray,
May not be able to see it over here for the light.
see the gray right there, where it's arcing?
Yeah.
See right there where it's arcing? So it's shortening itself out.
Well, daggone.
See right there, big time. So your coil's in the isolator right here. And when you buy a new one, you got to grind these rivets off and reuse this bracket because it does not come with this bracket. It's just the coil. But that's what it is. Well, they got a new ignition module anyhow.
So, this is on hold until in the morning.
Yep. So I guess we'll go get that in the morning. And I might pick up a set of plug wires because these here are sponged out. They're soft. And we might get plugs for it. Let me get a plug socket. While y'all are sitting there, we'll check the plug.
So you're gonna check the plugs now?
I'll take a plug out, see what it looks like.
Okay.
Doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it does.
You need your glasses.
Yeah.
And better lighting.
Alright. And it's got auto lights in it, so we don't use auto lights. We use AC Delco in our Chevrolet vehicles. So since this is a GMC, it's close enough to a Chevrolet, we're going to get some AC Delcos. And a set of plug wires and a coil. And then we should be riding in style tomorrow afternoon. Alright, it's the next day. I went to the parts store and they didn't have valve cover gaskets and they didn't have plug wires. So we can't do nothing with the tune-up because if I pull the plug wires off, they're going to break. And there's no sense in putting plugs in it when we don't have the wires and all. So they'll be here Monday. Anyhow, they did have a coil in stock because this coil fits many different models. It fits V8 Suburbans and stuff like that. So anyhow, they did have a coil in stock. So I went ahead and put it on because you got to cut the bracket off that goes on the bottom of it. So instead of grinding and trying to hide the camera from that, I went ahead and did that while she was doing something else. So when we left y'all, we had put the ignition module in the distributor and that didn't work. So we're going to try and see if the coil will work. So I put my little blinky light on it. I've installed the coil and she just got out here with the camera. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see what it does. And I've also noticed that he has ran it hot at some point in time because it's got red and muddy residue all over everything. And a brand new distributor cap. I mean a brand new
Radiator.
radiator cap. It's got a new distributor cap too. But a brand new radiator cap. Yeah.
One of them caps.
One of them caps. So look at that little fleshy light thing and see how it flashes.
Oh. Well,
I guess
it flashed
because it crunk up.
and it crunk up. That scared me.
Well. Okay.
Well, that was easy.
Well, that's odd, but anyhow. Normally a coil will get hot and quit working. Very seldom do they not work when they're cold. But he was saying he was having a problem cranking it, and then when it would crank and get hot, he'd have a problem with it missing. But the ignition module is what sends a pulse to the computer, which sends a pulse to the injectors. So I learned something a little new too. So it don't always mean that it's your ignition module. It could be your coil. What the heck? But now this has got me wondering about the radiator because it's got red mud everywhere. And I also see a puddle on the floor down there. Ain't that a puddle up under or is that a shadow?
I don't see a puddle.
Maybe a shadow I see from up here.
I see something you're going to cherish more than the whole truck.
What's that?
That fancy Georgia tag right there.
Yeah, that's going in the garbage. First off, what's that? Peel it off and make something else out of it. Don't peel off.
No, it's a fancy one.
Yeah. Anybody want a Georgia tag? Message us. I'll send it to you. I'm done with Georgia.
He just can't wait to go back next week.
Yeah. That's broke.
Well, what'd you do that for?
That's nice. That's neat.
You fix one thing and tear up something else.
Yeah. You thinking of crank again?
I don't know.
Was that a one hit one?
Did you take that spark thing off?
Yeah. The probably won't crank it time.
No, I just didn't know.
It's going to need a set of plugs. It's got a little bit of a
What's that?
sucking air.
Yeah.
It's the fuel injection. Well then.
Big old bug just came over here.
Well, Ronnie will be proud that we got it fixed.
Yeah, he would. He's always proud of you anyway.
This thing has been sitting since... We've been up here, what, 3 years?
Yeah.
So this has been sitting for about... right at 4 years because it was winter when it broke down. He come by the shop and brought a lawnmower for us to work on because he wanted to get it ready for spring. I fixed the lawnmower because his sister-in-law, he cut his sister-in-law's grass and his grass and he left the lawnmower to his sister-in-law's house. So I fixed the lawnmower for the sister-in-law's house and he was going to buy a new lawnmower for his house. But I may turn the water back on and wash this thing before we leave. And if I do, if it's warm tomorrow and I do, we'll video it. If it's not warm tomorrow, then
you won't see it.
You won't see it. We'll cut the video off right here.
Okay, well, it's the next day and it is nice and sunny outside, so we decided to go ahead and give this thing a good washing. Get some of this mold off of it. Just a couple of days ago, we had snow up here. Now it's in the mid-60s. It is a little breezy out today, but...
Mother Nature don't know what she wants to do.
She don't. Eric always says Mother Nature's bipolar.
No, she's dual polar, north and south. The 2 Ford motors in the back goes to a truck. We got down in Georgia, but I think we're going to LS the truck. So anybody need some 302 motors? I'm not a Ford person, so I haven't used this one.
Yeah, with this wind blowing.
Oh, man.
The sun is shining really bright out today.
Burn a hole.
water coming down. As long as he doesn't land on my head, we'll be alright. drive the forklift around back so we can get these Ford motors out of the back of the GMC, and we may even take it on a little test drive. Maybe we can get around here without getting stuck. now that we've got it washed, we're going to take it for its first spin around the neighborhood. So let's see how it does. Okay, well, we're cruising.
First drive in at least 4 years.
Possibly a little longer, but at least that long.
Tires are a little square. The windows are dirty on the inside. We didn't get that far. Alright.
It rides pretty good though.
Yep. And it's a 4.3, so it's good on gas mileage. Well, we figured we'd get it out, ride down the road in it, and just see how it does.
Did you check the transmission fluid in it last
I
night
ain't
though?
even looking at the transmission fluid.
Yeah, but it poured out on the rollback, so you should have checked it.
I checked it. It had some in it. It's about a half quart low, but we don't have none because we used it all in the blue and gray truck and in the Suburban and in the whatever other 500 vehicles we've been working on. Right up here a little ways and turn around and come back.
Well, we decided to take it off-road.
Yeah, just to turn around.
Just kidding, we just gotta turn around.
Which roads up here look like that because nobody travels them. You don't pass traffic. So y'all keep all that traffic down there in Georgia. That's where this tagging needs to come back to. Anybody want a Georgia tag?
I'm gonna frame it, I'm gonna put it right beside your bed
I'm gonna mail it to Jason.
so you can see it every night.
I'm gonna mail it to Jason and Harold.
They probably already have one.
We're gonna have to. Compliments the Tennessee bunch.
Compliments of the real Georgia boy.
Oh, there's one car. One car. I said one.
I think the steering's a little wonky on this thing.
It's got a little play in it. You can tell these plugs, it's got a little mess to it. Alright, y'all. Well, that was this maiden voyage from sitting for 4+ years that we know of. So anyhow, we'll see what we can get done to it as far as getting the elevation change on it and putting some wheels and tires and some exhaust on it. So this will be our just runabout truck up here to add to the collection, like we don't have enough of them. But anyhow, appreciate y'all watching, following along. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and tell a friend. If you haven't subscribed to the videos, subscribe. Leave comments. That helps the channel grow. And we need to try and get it up a little bit to at least 5,000. But anyhow, it kind of stalemates about this time of year for some reason. But we're going to get some merchandise coming this winter. That way y'all will have something to purchase to help the channel. And we'll catch y'all on the next one. So watch out for another video. Have a happy Thanksgiving and see y'all later.